Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you. Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you.
Shake your tambourine and praise the Lord. But the leaf of the tambourine mind, it comes up with a revival time. Everybody shake up the tambourine and praise the Lord. Everybody!
How my tambourine sound so strong? How my tambourine sound so good? Mad! 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 Yeah, we just want to greetings and respect to all our proper tambourine nation members out there and thing. Boom bang respect indeed. Glad to yourself Mixup and Blenda crew. Everything is everything. Boom bang respect to all linky about the place and thing. Big up all our listeners and our good Jamaica right there. So all over the island. Locked in for the proper Mixup entertainment show. You see it. I just want to send enough respect to, to all our listeners and abroad, all over the world. All over the world. People, remember, we have listeners in South Africa and Botswana, that neighbor South Africa. Big up for listeners them there. Big up all our Jamaican and Caribbean listeners in the U.S. military stationed all over the world. Big up for listeners them we contact from Korea, South Korea, and Japan. Large them up indeed. Big up for listeners over there in Afghanistan who call in from we show right there and talk to it. And a few were still there, Iraq and thing. Enough respect. Big up for listeners them we call from Bulgaria. And where's the other place? Luxembourg. Yeah, larger listeners them from them places. And Germany, we have quite a few listeners over there in Germany. Not to mention the proper foreign, good foreign listener them for a long time, where they are Canada, the United States, all over Canada, Toronto and some other places in Canada, all over the United States, particularly on the East Coast, and all our listeners over there in Los Angeles, on the West Coast of the United States, and our listeners in England, of course, all over London and in Birmingham, and why them all cuss me, them always call me and cuss me and say me call the place, but there's some other places in England where them lucky and do remember say them actually get the show like 1 o'clock or 1 o'clock, I think I feel them 6 o'clock. So while the show run from 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock over here in Jamaica, for them over there in England it run from 6 in the evening until 10 in the night and things. So just want enough respect to all our listeners abroad and big up all our Jamaican listeners. And listeners abroad, I want to big up the Jamaican listeners who support the thing because I them hold it, I them defend it, I them like it, I them make it popular. So it reach a point where the word spread. All I want to hear about it up there. I can't get a little piece of Jamaica on the radio, right? Just I want to appreciate a particular flavor of Jamaica, a particular style of Jamaica. The realness, I get to rural area, Jamaica. We keep it real with the topic, them and thing. You see it? All right, Emily, what say you?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Well, you know the usual question, you eat lunch?
Yes, I did.
What did you have?
I had chicken chop suey.
Wait. As you would have said, no box me.
Yeah.
I used to post the food in the day.
And the same drink from yesterday, we all know I'm going to find out the name for it.
Oh,
but it tastes good, though. If
try-
it that catch you, that catch me from
I'm
yesterday.
telling you, some pies taste good.
Nothing wrong.
And
That one you
listen to me.
soak.
Nico, tell her, say, when the woman them a move to the man them with the stew peas, and the stew peas always taste good.
Always sort out.
Always. What you say? Them no smoke the pork.
That's always sort out. What Raga, but that's why I know say
So me thinking this always salt though. Sorry.
but I know you know what? But that's why I know say me and Michelle we had lunch together a while ago.
Yeah.
So, because I'm up on the diet thing and the gym working out, so she had to add that vegetable thing in her diet.
Oh.
And we shared one drink.
Yes.
Man,
2 straws.
like 2 straws in a one.
Yeah, but Nico draft an extra straw. You know him kind of biggish, so him said double up. You know what I mean? But
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, I'm
so
twice
here's
the
the big
man that I used
question,
to
though.
be.
Yeah. And I want the honest answer right now. This is Gospel Tuesday.
Okay.
Can't
I'm
lie
kind
to
of
that.
look on clown.
Oh, we are.
Raga, where they
Nico, are you met?
No, something
Nico, are you met?
No, where they
Nico, hold on, Nico, are you met? Are you met answer question? And not only you for answer. Nico,
Yeah, you know me.
who pay for the food?
Really and truly though, neither one.
Nico, don't do it. Nico.
All right, I'm going to tell the truth. I she pay fee.
Yes.
Are
you pay for
No, she pay fee. No, she pay fee.
She mean Michelle.
Michelle pay fee. I'm not lie to you. She pay. Shop me too, but.
Move from here.
No, because you tell me about the taxi. You tell me about, I have to pay my taxi for you later, but I never know you really. I think you try to give me a hint. Say, deal with it. But yes, you deal with it. I'm going to give thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But hold on, I don't understand. Like, one plate of chop suey or 2 chop suey?
Should we tell him?
No, let's not go in details. We leave it at the surface. Just know we're belly
because
full.
I find that shocking that she would pay for 2 food.
Boy, I know she not going to deal with it, but it was actually 2 foods still.
Michelle pay for 2 food.
I don't know if it's that.
I know Emily, why? Man.
Yeah, I know why it's true today. I Gospel Tuesday and gotta look.
No, well, that's why I thank God for people. Big at the first 2 make me know say Devon food or not.
So now that me just want to say, I just see Jeremy.
I want to tell
I
it.
show him get the pop butter and make him a go on. So where?
Yo.
I show him get the bun.
No,
Where?
Jeremy not tell me nothing.
Yeah, right, Raga. Yeah, right.
I show him get the fresh part of the rice.
Hold on. Who are the king of Mixup?
Raga!
Okay, yo, you know I say outside in the nationwide newsroom, the news it comes from.
Them are wicked. Oh no, cut Jesus slippers.
Yeah.
I say.
Hold on, don't attribute that statement to me. You know, I'm a very fair person. When people boast them talk, it's Tony Mataran boast that talk there.
That Jesus
So
slippers.
Yeah, man, I am.
Yeah.
It's just that when Raga use it gets popular.
Right.
But it's Tony Mataran. I love give people them credit, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
If it want me different from some of the other dirty, wicked people them out there.
Yeah.
Me love give people them
So
credit.
who bust the one of them say, I know me push Jesus off of the cross? You know what you know one there, Raga?
Tony Mataran boast that one there?
No, I always hear that one there like I don't know which old people bust that one there. I always hear that one there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, take God off of the cross.
Oh, that.
Say I know you.
No,
That's
man.
that's
I when them a swear. That's when them a swear. That's when them a swear.
Are you take God off of the cross? You never taste it and know say it's salt.
Yeah. Yo, you remember when we look a bit and we are tell truth and we kiss the cross.
Yeah.
Kiss with 2 fingers them and then fly the other
over
finger over our head.
Yeah.
Over our head. You remember that something?
Yeah.
Thunder roll and broke my neck. I never me.
Lord God.
No. Yo, big people never want you say that, though, you know. Thunder roll and broke my neck. I never. Little boy, stop that and What's wrong with you?
Why? Those were
Yo,
the days.
no, honestly, though, you know, then you should tell us some things, them, and I lie, and when me the little bit, me they believe them, you know. And some of them very traumatic, very. Hey, you know, so them tell me, say, when mold up on your neck, when you grow big, you go hang.
What?
You know what they
I never hear that.
Yo,
I
no, hey, me I tell you the God truth. Then if you tell people there's something there, you know.
Mama tell you which one you
Yo, me remember one time me and a boy a fight, you know, and the boy have a knife, and me have a knife. And me just remember say me I go hang. And me just run in and no care, because me say me I go hang anyway.
Your life study, man. Jesus.
No, but me I say, me just I think back on that, and it gives legitimacy to the statement when them shatter you there always and make you know say, yo, me done dead already.
Oh.
So if you live your life and believe say you're done dead already, essentially you don't have to even worry about values or anything, you know. You can't kill anybody. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see the logic, you know?
Yeah.
Now, when I remember that, to rat, you know, I'm saying, me and the youth in a fight on something street, when I go Calabar. I remember, I said, I go anchor, I have mole on my neck. I just run in, you know, man. Well, thank God me win the fight, you know.
You sure? You sure?
No, me win that. No, me lose fight, you know. Me get beat up already. Me not feel for talk.
Okay, come and get beat up.
But me did win that one day. Me give him a couple things to think about, but, you know.
You know which one always scare me though? Like when them say if you give somebody something and take it back, the big bump I go grow. I'm not like, I see a couple man who well and them the big old ugly bump something. Me used to worry. Honestly.
No, I don't know about that one.
You never hear about that?
No,
like if you give somebody and take it back. No, you never hear about that. If you give somebody something and take it back, one big dirty bump I go grow up on your face.
But Raga, not even that. I do your share say it and I look for German. I don't know German, I'm trying to mix up. What?
Yeah.
Yo,
What?
Nico, she said sweet, do you know? One big dirty bomb.
One big
Yeah. No, but you know, I don't know if it's a condition, but you know, you never see somebody with like some big unusual bumps on them skin. But like, I'm always telling me, I say, Jesus, you know, say some of them, if you see more than what you say, enough things, them give you and take it back. That's why I got to do it. Yeah. Little.
Yo, you know what it have me going? Me not lie. That, hey, when I used to fight against Rasta, thank God for education because the whole black heart man thing with Rasta.
No, that's something that it's serious.
No, that did reach me one.
You're afraid of them when you see
my
them?
mother was a straight God woman Christian. Hey, Rasta, hey, me I tell you, that's why me I tell you, say life is a thankless place more time, you know. Because what Rasta do for Jamaica in terms of making we feel better about ourselves, I don't know of any other group that has made that type of contribution to Jamaica. I'm not talk individual, I'm not talk group who are proud of our African background, proud of who we are, proud of our heritage and our history. All the people are run up them more. Nobody no make a strong a contribution to Jamaica like the rest of them in that regard, and continue to do so.
Yeah, them are
right? Right? And at the same time, Rasta suffer Jamaica, you know, man.
Sure.
Rasta feel it at Jamaica. That's why I say big up Rastafari. Hey, me not afraid for talk. Me would never bleach. And the reason why me would never bleach, our Rasta teach me. I mean, me learn other things, but me I say the core right. Big up Blacka, who was a Rasta.
Who?
Who was a Blacka comedian, Blacka was Rasta.
Blacka?
No.
Stammer Blacka?
Pops,
yeah.
You know, like
tell.
Me say Blacka was a Rasta, you never know that.
First man hear that.
Blacka deep, you know. Blacka used to teach me the things, man, in terms of, you know, where we descended from, you know. Blacka the first person make me proud of my broad nose, you know. Brat. No, me I tell you, we used to do on a school, when we did have a school of drama, we used to have one lignum by the tree where the whole I go sit down. And we used to smoke. We used to share indigenous products from our country. And
you far different from the politician. They don't put it there proper. In other words,
no, let us say we had a strong appreciation for the green foliage of Jamaica. Sometimes I forget some habits that we can't do it. I just need not to be a hypocrite like them. You understand? But I have it. I can't play that game. I can't walk in a cocktail. Hello, Mrs. Jones. You're looking fabulous today. How are the kids and whatever? And then we can say all nastiness and you like pies. But anyway, no man. So Blacka used to teach you the things them time, the man. I mean, Blacka deep, you know. It's a Blacka comedian. Blacka deep. I tell you no. When it comes to knowledge. But you probably don't know people like Gene, Binta Breeze, and Mikey Smith and all them people. And them people that drop some knowledge from me, you know.
Over Breeze, is it?
What? Gene Breeze.
Okay.
Yo, Gene Breeze, one of the greatest poets come through the place. What I'm doing? I should just stay out with the mix-up thing.
But even, aren't you a poet as well?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. No.
Not true, like the calabash thing, you know.
No, that was just a reading.
Okay.
And Calabash is not just for poets, it's for writers also. In fact, it's more for writers than it is for poets.
Oh, okay, cool.
And a writer is not automatically a poet. But a poet is a writer.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
Somebody just put this on my BB a while ago. Tell me, say, would you accept 1 billion US never to start out again? You not do that, Raga?
You must say damn mad. Then
1
keep
billion
them money.
US, Raga, 1 billion US.
Billion?
For don't
Billion? As
start-
in the B?
Yeah, don't start out for life. No sex again.
Me not taking it.
Raga, you know,
Not taking it.
You're not taking it. Raga, US.
Me not taking it. You're mad. A
US.
bit, nobody can. Well,
Hold on. Jeremy say if you think about it.
No, me do it when me reach 75.
Good decision, sir.
No, me do it. You see when me say the boy now have no hope to come up.
Yeah.
Viagra not help it.
No.
And nothing Tantaria not help it. Stud 100 not help it. Nothing not help it. And the boy now come up. Then me work with it. But no, me not give up start out for nothing. Who want vex?
Yeah.
Me not give up start out for nothing.
I mean, nothing.
No minister pastor can come tell me say me if you give up start out. You're lucky.
Not even the money them look with 50s and 100s.
Yo, but you remember the whole thing they do. Nico,
Yeah.
if you have a wife where you love,
Peace and peace. Where we go?
and a man say he might give you 20 million US to sleep with her for one night, you that make sure do it?
All right. If I get them in our $1,000 bill or $100.
No. 20, don't worry about them.
If you have to think about, go ahead, man. If you have to think about it, go ahead.
Hold on. Aniko,
Yeah.
and then your wife turn to you and say, I will do it only if you want me to do it. Just one time.
No, sir. No.
Oh, you better say no.
No, sir. No, sir. We can't live with that. We can't live with that. No. Can't live with it. No, sir. You can always have. No, Raga. We're going to put that in something for me. No, fun. No, me not. No.
Nico. You're just you're being reactionary and immediate in your response.
You have to think about it.
I am asking you, 20 million US dollars. All your financial problems and a lot more problems solved instantaneously. And it's only one time. And I'm going to put some more element in it. I'm only going to do it for 10 minutes.
Yes, she could have record. She could have worked it out, and she could have worked it out then. Come in. She could have worked it out. I promise her, me and I will still be married. But
After you don't get moved, you have a little extra and it. Go
no,
ahead.
but not
Go ahead.
but I mean, make a flashbacks.
If you have to think about it before you answer, you would have make sure do
Nico,
it.
wait,
That's
that's
I know.
about the wife. Well, Anna, Michelle, wait, that's about if the wife say, well, honey, I'll do it if you want me to. Wait, that's about she.
No, sometimes she gonna say that for test you or you know for
Test
know what
who?
you are gonna say.
No, well, Anna. You see that Nico spoken
What?
like a true woman. All right, I'm going to put it on next week. Suppose she really mean it and not test.
Eh?
Then she needs
You
to
remember
go-
the movie?
That-
You remember the movie Indecent Expert?
Right.
Suppose she really mean it and not
I
test.
think then she not go and go do it and you go on your mirror where she forget left too. But no, man,
I
I
wanna
just say
tell
if
you,
it's
no.
like a bona fide, if it's like somebody on the side, it doesn't matter. But as a bona fide, you should even think for answer that. You understand what I say? I mean, if you think deeper than money, then you should
Well,
even have to think about that.
Think deeper than money.
Don't
Yeah.
even use that word, the deep. But, you can't imagine that certain deep debates right there. So the man I turn to the man with the money and say, tell me something. You're going to go right in my water. I heard this stand up by edge.
I understand what the people.
Well, you're going to swim. I heard this with your foot on edge. Yo, you know what somebody post? If you have a choice, suppose somebody said, boy, you have to give up one, you have to make a choice and give up one. And then the person said, either your eyes or your instrument. And they say, you have to give up one of them. Nico, what you do? Why, if I have to give up one,
Yeah.
but I said, sir, with all due respect, blind me. Blind me.
No, sir, me don't want.
Okay. Now give up the boy, so.
No.
Nah.
No.
No, now give up my sword to them with it. Hey. You know, what you do, I will go through thick and thin.
Funny.
Thick and thin.
All right, Nico, what is it? What you say a while ago, Nico? What?
You said thick and thin.
Thick and thin, yeah. I tell you, thick and thin, man, I lie. I lie. We go through abundance and we go through poverty. True thing. We have days when the place did just wet up. When we say rain, man. And then other days when it just dry. It's a drought. The drought days them did rough, man, I lie. So you know, give up your friends today.
Yes, if it be a, speaking of, me not say, you know, say if it be a DJ, we do a chop your metaphors. But yeah, me I say, why you want to answer your phone? Imagine me there in studio, and I try to link you yesterday, you would answer the phone.
No, you see, you don't even understand the phone, and a whole heap of thing I reach me with a phone, man. No, be honest.
There's a big song when somebody want to do with you, yeah?
Not a problem.
A big artist in Jamaica that's your friend wants to do a song with Ragashanti.
Anytime. We're ready. Yo, you know, some of ladies have to do one tune.
I lie.
I lie.
That's slap already. I'm not even hear the
rhythm.
rhythm.
Song they're going to be already.
I'm not even hear
No,
the
we're
rhythm.
talking about the things them, you know. We're talking about the things them. Me and Muma sir. Hey, you know, say that tune with a mad.
It would have shot, yeah. It shot already. I will not even hear the title.
Yeah, we want to do one with all spice too, you know, man.
All that shot already.
Yeah, man. Yo, me and Spice cannot take for that tune and just make sound and it's still shot. Riggedy, bongs, bang, dang, dang, riggedy, dang, no, slang, dang, diggity, dang, and just make sound. And it's still shell. Nico, don't vex, we're going to break, but we'll come back, we're going to talk to Ian Boy in here. And then
yes!
After the 2 o'clock break, we want you to play some gospel. You understand?
God is good.
God is God. God a God?
God.
God a God? Can I get a hallelujah, church?
Hallelujah.
Yeah, that's why I'm ready to do, you know. When you don't give with the bossy people, them hallelujah. Right there when you go in and feel, we say, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That's why I'm ready to do. Why will I break? We're soon forward.
Yes.
I mix up and blend that time.
I'm want to call and talk up the things them.
All right, people, you don't know it's a gospel Tuesday and thing, and we're fortunate enough to have with us today a mentor, a friend, a man who always discipline me and give me guidance and and I try to make me stay up on the straight and narrow and thing. And somebody who is just tremendously brilliant, you know, I mean, goes without saying, and possesses some remarkable qualities. I don't know where he gets his energy from. I don't know how him accomplish what him accomplished. And actually been doing it 20, 30 years now. You know, he has never missed a program and profile, and his new program, No Religious Art Talk, you know, it's very reliable and so forth. And he's an advisor to many of the most powerful people you know. He's, you know, he's respected and welcomed from both sides of the political aisle, and he has an interesting sense of humor himself. And so forth, multifaceted indeed, and multidimensional indeed, and he's just one of these Jamaicans that with whom we can be incredibly proud. And I always say him is one of them could have leave this country any day and go make a bag of money in the next country, any day. And him tanded the right just so in Jamaica, and him there. He and I have had numerous disagreements, but I'm glad to say he's one of those people that I continue to respect, and one of the few powerful people. He would not refer to himself as powerful, but one of the few powerful people, you know, that when he talk to me and rough me up and say, behave yourself with so and so, it's all about respect to him for the simple reason that he communicates the same respect to me. And so, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my pleasure to welcome to our show today, Ian Boyne.
Brother, you know, you have always been so indiscreet indescribably generous and kind toward me in your comments. But today you have really outdone yourself. No,
Ian, I resent. Ian, I resent. No, Ian.
Of it. Ian, I am very moved, Raga. I am telling you, I am very moved.
Well, I resent what you're saying, and I resent it a little bit. You know why? I want you to know that I was being entirely objective.
That's what I'm saying. Well, you know, boy, you're so kind, and you know, so regularly, Raga, your listeners would call to say that you have said something favorable about me. I really personally thank you for the consistent support, and you have always made it clear that though we disagree on some matters, particularly dancehall, your respect for me has always been so palpable. I really must commend.
And Ian, I sure they call it when me I cuss you too.
Yes, but that is always twinned with some statement about the respect that you have for me and so on. So, and you know that it is important. It's important for us to disagree and to disagree even intensely without showing any hostility. So I don't have any problem with the disagreement. And I think, well, you certainly have demonstrated in my case that you have that generosity of spirit. And I really
but Ian, I want you to know that it is not by accident. And what is important, sometimes we can identify these characteristics in relationship, but very often they're a kind of one-off thing or a temporary thing. Yeah. But this has been the same for years and years and years now between you and I. Yeah, and I want you to know that you, or you explain it, you are one of those persons who you can be passionately opposed to some things that I do, and you can be uncompromisingly clear in your opposition to, and I've never felt that you're being condescending or disrespectful or that I'm any less of a human being when you're exposed, when you're expressing that opposition and when you put me in my place and when you tell me, say, no, Raga, stop that, and it is unacceptable, and I've never for a second felt like you think me is any less a human being or, you know, like me an idiot or you're higher than me or you're being condescending or paternalistically offensive to me in any way.
And if I have to criticize you in the future, Raga, may I caution you? If I have to criticize you in the future, I want you to know that this in no way detracts from the tremendous personal respect that I have for you. I might have to critique your communication style or something that you do. And you might have to come on the ear and cuss me. But I think that respect that both of us have and the civility should continue. Because one of the things we need to learn in the country, Raga, is not to take things personally and to realize that people have public responsibilities, which they must discharge dispassionately. So that even though you have such a lot of respect for me, it doesn't mean that if I write something that you think is foolishness or you think is, you know, disdainful of a segment of the society, that you should feel constrained and say, well, I can't say it because Ian is my friend. You have to be learning to lash me even though I'm your friend. Exactly. You must understand that the friendship should not constrain you to hit me hard in the public. So when people come out and say,
but Ian, you have...
I don't feel bad about that.
No.
That's my responsibility as a public commentator.
No, but you have always been very secure in that respect. And at the times when people will call me and say, yo, Ian done ya, read Ian article, him done ya, whatever, this and that. And right away me laugh and I say, where am I done me with you now? I'm going to read it and thing. But it's always preceded with a laugh, you know, because... You know, there's a bit of some gamesmanship going on there and whatever.
In the Mutual Admiration Society, no, and because leave me and you to it with the kind of respect that we have for each other. We could take the half an hour trading compliments.
Exactly.
I don't mind them, you know, because you know, I want a copy of that introduction, Virgil, because I'm on TV just to use that introduction there.
And I want you to know it was spoken from the heart and the mind with total sincerity.
That's clear, man. That's clear.
Okay. But, Ian, to begin with, we're going to discuss this whole thing. And I'm well aware that there are many Jamaicans, you know, based on their socialization and what they assumed to be just a giver are going to say, why are we even having this debate? They're probably not privy to some of the debates that occur in academic circles.
Right.
They would say that it's probably even blasphemous even engaging in this debate.
True.
But the fact is, it has been strongly debated.
Yes,
the whole notion of the gender of God and who created the gender and who's a God of a gender.
Absolutely.
And does it constitute sexual discrimination against women and so forth and things. So to begin with, if you'll allow me, I'm going to have a kind of inductive approach to the initiation of this dialogue between you and I. And to begin with, I say, is it not the case that the Bible very often refers to women and men as man?
Yes, both as man, mankind. Mankind is representative of both male and female. That is the representation in Scripture.
So then when the Bible
male and
says...
female created in them. And in fact, both male and female are said to be in the image of God.
Okay, because I'm getting that. So when the statement said God made man from his own image, shouldn't we, given that the Bible referred to male and female as man, when the Bible says God made man from his own image, isn't the Bible really referring to male and female?
Yes. If the male and female are made in the image of God, not just men, but male and female. As gender.
Does it not then logically follow that the prevailing image of God being exclusively male is inaccurate?
Some would say that. There's a group called Christians for Biblical Equality, and they say that in fact they draw on certain scriptures rather to show that the Bible also refers to God in female terms. For example, let me just give you Psalm 131. I mean, your listeners love Bible and love when man trace scripture. Psalm 131, verse 2, where it says, referring to God, "But I have calmed and quieted my soul, like a child quieted at its mother's breast." So some of these Christians, called biblical egalitarians, would say, see, God is referred to as a mother. And the scripture refers to the child being quieted at his mother's breast. So they would contest the view that the Bible projects God purely in male terms. There's another passage, well-known passage in Matthew 23 and verse 37. Jesus saying, "O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, killing the prophets and stoning those who are sent to you. Oh, often would I have gathered your children together as a hen gathers her brood." And so referring to God, referring to Jesus as a hen gathering her brood and gathering her children. So
no, but Ian, not to contradict myself just now, but that analogy, it could, one could argue that it's just, if somebody believes that God is in fact a man, they could argue that, no, that's just saying that a man can at times behave like a woman.
Yeah. Those who believe that the biblical egalitarians are wrong say, well, that's just an analogy. That does not take away from the fact that God in the Bible is referred to as he and him, and that overwhelmingly God is projected in male terms, because what these scriptures really show, they would counter the egalitarians.
Tell me,
are analogies. Right. And analogies are quite different from the way God is projected. In other words, God is nowhere clearly reflected in the pronoun she, at least not in the translations that we have. So I think that despite some of these texts which are used by the so-called the biblical egalitarians, the fact of the matter is, and I have to agree that the overwhelming imagery of God is in male terms.
Right.
As a man.
But then the issue comes about then, what's the genesis of that overwhelming imagery?
Well, that's okay.
Hold on. Okay, here it is. If it is the case that we have advanced and evolved to the point where we can confidently say that when white Western Europeans translated the Bible and they see where it says that God created man from his own image, and it is natural that they would then see God as white. And if we have evolved to the point where we have debunked that and dismissed that and said that God is not a white man, why is it can we not extend that analysis and say, well, if based on that reasoning God is not a white man, then perhaps God is also not a man, even as it was men who were doing the translating.
Two responses. One, this raises the whole issue of the inspiration of the Bible and one's view as to how the Bible came about. If you see the Bible as this collection of books as coming about through the grouping of fallible, limited men limited by their historical and cultural context, then clearly you can talk about evolution as you have made reference to a while ago. Certainly, if we have evolved, then we would be in our right to evolve our concept of God. But if you see the Bible as God breathed, which is the majority position in the Christian world, if you see the Bible as directly inspired by God, and you'd be wrong, Raga, on not just that view, but historically you'd be wrong that the Bible was just written by a white man. Remember what you have, are translations.
No, I said translated. No, Ian, not written. I said I was referring to specifically, that the King James Version dominates in Jamaica. And I, like many Jamaicans, grew up with the King James Bible, with pictures in the King James Bible, and it's be a white people in it. So we reach a point where we can say, we reach a point where we can say the pictures in the Bible, and the pictures are supposed to represent and correlate with the language in the Bible. And if we can reach a point where we are saying, hold on, Ian, hold on. No, but Ian, if we can reach a point where we can say, them pictures there. You remember the same people who are translated, put the picture of them in there. We can say them picture there.
That's not true. I have to correct you historically. It's not the people who translated who put the picture in it. If you see any picture at all, I don't have any Bible in picture, it would be the publishers of that particular edition, right? So it's not the people who translated. And remember, the people
who translate the King James Bible, Mr. Bone?
Well, the King James, authorized King James, brought together a group of persons who had the expertise in the language, and they created this authorized version. But remember...
Okay, question. Hold on, question. Do we definitively know the ethnicity and the race of those people?
The Jewish people. The Old Testament was written by the Jewish people. The New Testament, the Gospels certainly were written by Jews. The major epistles attributed to Paul, who was a Jew. So you could say it's the Jewish people who wrote the Bible. Now there are a number of Christians now who are saying that black people are the descendants of the ancient Hebrews. But
right.
So what we do know is that the Bible was written by Hebrews.
Okay. And again, we're on the agenda, but just with those touches, because I want people to appreciate something. What is this thing that that there are actually parts of the Bible that are hidden, and there are allegations that elements in Israel have actually identified these and have hidden them and so forth, and that there are books of the Bible that we don't know about and so forth. Is there any truth to that?
No, what is the fact is that there were a number of gospels circulated that were circulating in the early centuries. It took some councils, some group of men came together rather to decide which of these books were authentic. Those councils had to decide on which would be accepted as part of the canon and which would be rejected. And some didn't make the count. It didn't make the cut. Gospel.
Ian, just to relate this back to the gender thing, is it that another instance of people just being human beings, which means they're fallible and they're subjected to mistakes? And hold on. And if they've selected some books, it means that there had to have been some agenda at work that is influencing the selection. And that being the case, it's just human beings at work. And if it's just human beings at work, then the whole notion of God being exclusively male is just a human frailty.
Following the premise of that thesis. So you're quite right. If it was a human endeavor, then, and you know that our patriarchy has been dominant in history.
Exactly.
It is an obvious conclusion that a patriarchy-dominated cultural context would produce a God that is male. So
why would a man who is translating the Bible and say God made man from his own image include female attributes into that construction of God, given how patriarchal the system was, how much stronger the patriarchy was then, and how women were just like, you and I know women.
Property. In fact,
property.
I want to bring out something that a lot of people have never thought about. Even in the Ten Commandments, that the last commandment where it said, you must not covet your neighbor's ox or ass or notice that the neighbor's wife is put in the same category as all of those things. This is very interesting that people have not thought about. You mustn't commit your neighbor's house or your neighbor's manservant or maidservant or ass or wife.
So the wife bungle up with donkey, house and whatever. And there is no commandment that says a woman must covet her neighbor's husband.
You see? So even it is very addressing. Obviously, even the Ten Commandments were addressed to men. You notice a lot of people don't notice that. So
I know, but Ian, what I'm saying is that given those facts, and me and some of the feminists them don't get along because some them I reserve the right to think for myself. The greatest thing I got from formal education was the ability to think critically.
Absolutely.
So me and them don't agree with a lot of things. But given those facts that we're identifying now, and some people are going to claim that it's blasphemous to do what is it the Bible a sexist and discriminatory book against women?
The Bible could be seen by some as that, but I tell us what, brother, when you look at the writings, you see some unusual thing even in their context. One, in the New Testament, you see where women were used as witnesses. That was not done in the first century. Women, for example, were seen as credible witnesses to the resurrection. In that society, in that cultural context, a woman's witness would not be considered credible. Yet you have the Bible, you have the New Testament, holding forth the woman's testimony in so critical an area as the resurrection, as being credible. You have Jesus having women as his disciples, as following, not in the 12, but as being his traveling companions. This was not done. There was no Jewish rabbi who would have in his group of traveling companions. So when you look
and we must remember the situation where the crowd wanted, not that I'm an expert on the Bible, where the crowd wanted to stone this woman who was a prostitute, and it's Jesus stepping in and defending her.
You have Rahab being being written about favorably, the harlot. You have Esther, who saved the whole Jewish nation, a great heroine. You have Deborah judging Israel. So when you look at the Old Testament and you look at a number of the people who the Old Testament big up, they are women. They are extraordinary. You have Abigail, who saves, David from who saves her husband from his foolishness, who was great to David, who restrained David. So what I'm saying, Roger, it would not be fair to say that the Bible is a sexist document. Because when you consider the times in which those biblical documents were composed, and the kinds of stories and the acclamation given to women, you would see that the Bible broke through some of those barriers. Well, the Bible in Galatians, for example, says that in Christ there is neither male nor female. In Genesis, it showed that equally that the man and the woman, male and female, were created in the image of God, not just the man. When you go back to the creation story, you see that the man and the woman were created equally in the image. And we must not confuse functional differentiation with ontological, big word, but with any kind of inferiority, superiority relationship. In other words, the fact that Cliff Hughes is head of nationwide and has functional authority over others. Yeah. Don't mean that Cliff Hughes is superior as a man to you.
Certainly not.
A man, a working station. That's what I mean. So even when the conservatives say, well, boy, in the marriage, the man is over the woman, that doesn't speak to inferiority, superiority. It just speaks to roles. And in different roles,
Ian, Ian, we don't have time, but remember you're talking to an anthropologist, and trust me, roles have hierarchy also. And we don't have time.
Hierarchy, rather, the hierarchy is not in terms of ontology, it's ontological, right? It's a sociological.
No, Ian, that would be disingenuous of you to attempt in any way to contest the notion that in general, throughout history and even throughout the Bible, men are perpetually positioned in a position of superiority over women. I think that is not debatable. But we have about 2 minutes to go. Right. So before we go, I am asking you now, given this little minor, small discussion that we have, what are the listeners? We need your expertise on this matter. What are the listeners to understand now regarding this debate on the gender of God, or the possibility that God manifests both the masculine and the feminine? What are the listeners to understand?
That God is neither male nor female. The same Bible proclaims that God is not a man. The same Bible proclaims that God is a spirit. You have what is called anthropomorphic language, where, God sort of, the Bible refers to God in a kind of human terms. They must not be taken to be literal. So God is not a man.
Because God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth.
God is neither male nor female. That is the fact.
That is the scholarship I subscribe to, sir.
All right, sir. We agree on that. Any projection of God in the Bible is purely representational.
Ian, I don't know if this is... Okay, I don't know if this is going to be traumatic for either of us, but we actually agree on something.
I think we're on more things than...
No, way more than that. I was just kidding, Auntie. Ian, thank you so much.
Another time I need to come on, if I may invite myself to talk about your controversial brand of communication.
Now, I will
enjoy that discourse.
I will welcome that, and I will invite you back. Because you and I, you can be very frank with me. You have always been very frank with me, and we can have. And perhaps there's some things I can share. Hold on. Perhaps there's some things I can share to you that would allow you to better understand me, and perhaps there's some things you can impart to me that when I listen to that, I was saying, you know what, I need to make an adjustment here based on what my good friend and colleague and mentor, Ian Boyd, said.
Colleagues is that it is better with dialogue with you rather than through a word in our column than in our articles and on the air. I think we must talk to you and we must deal with you up front rather than the sniping that we do at you. So that's what I'm saying, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Boyd. I really appreciate it. Ian, blessings and respect.
Yeah,
thanks again for joining us.
All right.
Good. Always a pleasure to talk with Ian and a debate with him and so forth and things like that. All right, people, we're going to hold a break right now. I'm going to shout out the news and thing. When we come back, real quickly, can you believe it? And then Nico Bamba, I'm going to shout out some gospel for you and thing. We're soon forward. Pick up the Bojo Bantan tune. It's a dancehall tune. And Bojo, I sing about God and gospel in a dancehall, which is not uncommon and thing. That's why I always say dancehall is way more dynamic and diversified and rich than people try to make it seem. People who insist on casting it in a unidimensional sphere and one that, don't have the richness where really did it and sitting and thing. Okay, people, it's about, I think it's about 13 minutes to 17 minutes after 2 o'clock. It's a good time for...
Can you believe it? Oh my God, do you believe that?
Let me tell you something.
Oh my God, do you believe that?
Okay, now, this Can You Believe It is an interesting one. And people who like to burn out certain things, perhaps going to go enjoy this one. We know say Larry go and say yes and agree with this one. Big up yourself, Larry. All right. Well, that it has always been argued that tobacco, cigarette, is one of the leading causes of cancer. But this, Can You Believe It, is interesting. It's coming out of the state of Ohio, a state that has been figuring prominently in U.S. politics, over the last couple of years and things. In the Ohio State Legislature. And, of course, big up to the Jamaican, I'm going to pronounce Ohio. Oh. But this is interesting. Oral sex, what we call swiping, is leading cause of increasing U.S. cancer rates compared to tobacco use in other nations. Oral sex is leading cause of increasing U.S. cancer rates compared to tobacco use in other nations. This is in Ohio. Oral sex could be hazardous to your health, say researchers who note that oral cancer stemming from the human papilloma virus is more common in the United States than oral cancer caused by abusing tobacco. Researchers found a 225% increase in oral cancer cases in the United States from 1974 to 2007, mainly among white men, said Maura Gillison, a cancer researcher at Ohio State University. The more oral sex partners a man had, the greater his cancer risk. But tobacco use remains the leading cause of oral cancer in the rest of the world. There are as many as 150 different types of human papilloma viruses, and about 40 of those can be sexually transmitted. HPV infections often go undetected and are the main cause of cervical cancer in women. Scientists are examining whether Gardasil and Cervarix, the HPV vaccines approved to prevent genital warts and cervical cancer, could have a significant impact on oral cancer. In the meantime, researchers are urging doctors and educators to start talking to teens, in particular, about the risks of oral sex. We want to thank Raga Roy for sending in this one. Big up yourself, Raga Roy. And people, there are some interesting points to make on this. Overall, what they're saying is that in the rest of the world, outside of the United States, tobacco, cigarette, and so forth continue to be the leading cause of cancer. But they're saying in the United States that the leading cause of, I guess we should say, this type of cancer, oral cancer stemming from the human papillomavirus, that in the United States, that is more common than tobacco. More people get oral cancer in the United States from swiping than the people who are getting from cigarette and tobacco. But in the rest of the world, more people get oral cancer from tobacco than from swiping or anything. What the study is suggesting is that the United States swipe more than the rest of the world. And it is also suggesting that white men, because the study said it's mainly among white men in the United States are swiping more than other men in the United States and other men in the rest of the world. Remember, it's a mix-up show we run, but I just want to point out one thing to you. What are the things you must be aware of, though? That this is what we in academic refer to as a correlation study. It is not a causative study. Studies in general, except for the hard scientists, don't really prove anything anyway. You always hear the researchers them say suggest or strongly suggest, etc. But it is not a causative study, right? They're not saying that swiping causes cancer. They're saying that there's a correlation between getting cancer and swiping. And there's a difference right there. But what do you think about this, Nico?
Well, I mean, dig this. If them say, I saw, in the words, I talk like Bob now, If I saw, this research has proven,
No, don't say prove.
They need to cut back on this swiping, the white people.
But why are you going to say white people?
Because I'm saying...
No, I understand. No. It makes sense that you would say white people. Yeah. But remember, the study is saying mainly amongst white men. However, it is saying in the U.S. Mm-hmm. So it implies that all of the people in the U.S.
You can't imagine Richie. Richie, that's a laugh, Richie.
Eh? Then I would want to sweet riches.
Just a laugh.
No. Listen them two paragraphs. Researchers found a 225% increase in oral cancer cases in the U.S. from 1974 to 2007, mainly among white men, said Maura Gillison, a cancer researcher at the Ohio State University. The more oral sex partners a man had, the greater his risk. But tobacco use remains the leading cause of oral cancer in the rest of the world.
Wow.
No, there's some important points. You hear them say, the more oral sex partners. Mm-hmm. What the study implies, if you're having oral sex with one person, you swipe one person. Put it that way. Yeah. Somebody can swipe one person 1,000,000 times and don't catch it. Somebody can go swipe two persons one time each and go catch it because they must swipe more than one person. So the more people you swipe, the more likely you're going to catch oral cancer. And the thing is a cancer that don't show up right away. It can't dead in you.
Wow.
Yo, we keep it real on the show.
No, you keep it real because you say it's a more
Yo,
like... It's
a whole heap of people right now, I feel out their lip and I rub them jaw and I clap them mouth and I say, I want...
A serious, a real thing you talk, Raga, because a while ago you say it's more likelihood.
No, I never say it's more likelihood.
That's just how I like a Raga.
No, I would never say it's more... No, Nico, I would say it's more likely or the likelihood.
No,
I wouldn't say it's more likelihood. How Emily said. I never said... No.
Oh, God.
Emily.
Yeah?
Did I say it's more likelihood?
No, that's I got you, Nico, mind.
No, what got you, my mind?
Nico, don't cheat on your
mind. Don't cheat on your mind. I got you, my mind. Michelle, don't got you, my mind. I'm not part of it.
Yo, I could stop it right now. So people, there you have it. A correlation study. And people, do remember, you have to be careful with correlation studies, you know. And don't get caught up in this thing where because scholars and university professors say it is so that you believe that it is gospel. Trust me.
True that.
University scholars and whatever, them wrong all the time. And the way the discipline them set up is that they must do a study, then somebody do something. Because right away you listen to this study and think. And I want you to know that it could be many other things that are causing the increase in oral cancer in the United States, the dramatic increase in oral cancer in the United States, you know, in comparison to the rest of the world. It could be a diet issue. It could be an environmental issue. It could be all kinds of stuff. So very often people, you know, they read these studies, these correlational studies, and they move away believing it's gospel and that the studies prove. That study are not prove nothing. And if you're a swiper and you want to feel comfortable still swiping, then do feel comfortable still swiping, because the study again proved nothing. It did not prove anything. It merely established a correlation, you know, between two variables. It's like saying if you grew up in Jamaica, you're going to hear gunshot. There's a likelihood that you would have heard gunshot when you grew up. It don't mean that everybody who grew up in a Jamaica hear gunshot when they grow up. You understand? And it don't mean we're not going to that. But you get the general gist. That was...
Can you believe it? Oh my God, do you believe that?
Let me tell you something.
Oh my God, do you believe that?
I mix up and blend that time.
I'm wanting to call and talk up the things them.
Mix up and blender family. You don't know we love to call them, you know. But nobody get we in no trouble. No bad word. No mention nobody name or where them come from. No say nothing we can identify them. Remember we love the program, you know. And we want to keep it on the radio. So please me I beg you to keep it clean. Hey, I laugh, learn and grow, we say no. Hey, Raga, run the thing.
Yo, I'm just want to remind you, don't remember, say Ian Bowen hosts Religious Hard Talk, and it come Tuesday night on TVJ. I'm not telling a Religious Hard Talk, I shell down the place, wicked. You understand? It's a very provocative show, and it make you think about all kind of things, and it really expand your knowledge about what go on in the rest of the world. And you know that is an element that we pride and celebrate on this show. And something say, I don't know, go on like say, on the whole world is a little Womaland type of thing, and a little Gully Bank type of thing alone and thing. And if you watch Ian Bowen show Religious Attack, because it a shell the place, wicked. Again, at Tuesday night it come on TVJ and things. So you don't know, so tonight it a rinse and sit the. So we want to go and pre that and get your vibes and all our meds. You see me? All right, don't remember, so the topic right now it's all about how do you catch somebody when they might get born? What are the techniques and strategies you have to use to catch somebody when they might get born? You understand? We want to call in and give the drama some mix up. How you did go about to catch somebody when they might get born? How somebody use them smarts and catch you when you did a get born? If you observe somebody else, I catch somebody else. When them a give on and thing, just call in and give with a mix up. And sitting and teach with the things. And you see it. All right, then do remember, so when you rinse the mix up and you dip up on somebody in the mix up, do not call their names. Nor should you use information that will easily identify that person that make you know who you attack. And when you call him, when I want you in a radio in the background, and when I want you in a body attack round, and when I want you in a nice in the background, breach those rules, and we have to go cut you off. That's what the thing said. All right? Okay, we want to come in with some proper mix-up right now, but how to catch somebody where I give on and thing. Or if you have any other shell down, turn up, slap way, sell off mix-up, just calling and blaze it up. You know the mix-up entertainment sitting right here, so we say mix-up without apology. That's why when we study mixing apology to the flipping world. All right, to the phone line to go right here now. Shell down this place right now. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, greetings.
Raga?
Whoa.
Right. You hearing me?
Yes, ma'am. I hear you loud and clear.
Oh, Raga, a baseball bat. You remember me?
Baseball. Yeah, go ahead. Remind me again.
When I tell us I beat the girl with the baseball bat and in Alan lick me there, the pressure come cover the head, the doctor come in the head top.
All right. Why sometimes I have to take bad things, make laugh and you know, whatever. But we know why you're going on a beat to man with baseball bat here. We're not supporting that. You hear me?
Yes, man. But in this Raga.
Eh.
Me see how they go in a one bad suit. Favor hug in a bad suit.
She in a one bad suit and she favor hug in a bad suit.
Me I tell you.
Eh.
Raga,
so
that one here.
Yeah.
That mix up here bomb me large. That's why Raga me I breed, you know.
Yeah, what?
Me I breed, you know.
Yeah, breed?
Jesus Christ, Raga, for the clearest why. But the little youth that tell me, say, him, and I know him, you know, Raga, I know him.
Well,
why, when we go catch this big sour girl with.
Yeah. So when you find out, say, you breed?
Lord Jesus Christ, Raga, you see this. After you see me want to call you and make you know, but me they feel too bad, but the little youth say, I see, but I not see. If me say, him, I just him again.
So what you going to do? What you going to do?
What me I going to do? I don't want to give this good thing out the boy. I can't still go on your dirty girl.
So you don't want to give him because him still a flex with the girl where you say pop down and
but me know if you give the youth is sin for father gonna go sin me.
Okay, so if you give the youth want the picnic because him think I him breed, you know?
I mean, no one know him.
Oh, you know him?
I know him, Raga. Because Valentine night, me and him, I may tell you, me would know so he couldn't do it dog with.
Okay, from Valentine night.
Look into it.
Well on.
I will still in February. So how if he breed somebody?
Oh, what?
We still in February, you know, so how if he knows him breed somebody so quick?
Well, there are ways where you can know, you know. All right, may I ask you, how you know say you pregnant?
Then rather me tell you, me go do things yesterday, a doctor, pregnancy test.
Okay, all right.
Come like you're not hearing me tell yourself.
No, well, sorry. Me missed that one. My apology. So, yeah, so the last time you sat out with a little bona youth, you know, a Valentine's Day.
And I first time that Ragas, me tell you, they tell him, say, me never come back on start, but in this good on a country, and he go on from a start out, then go on. And when he come up back before Valentine, they will start out. So he must hear him, I mean, no Frank Gerton to ever say it's not him.
No, okay, good. No, it's unlikely that is it. You know, pretty much not him. But we yes, you know, yes, and you go give that the little youth, you know, and thing. God I go seen you because a wickedness that
he wants to find a better position, can travel and go for a while, and him give me things.
So yeah, so the young bona youth give you things, travel go far and all a while, so I'm in a better position. So where you think you're going
to do? Up to you see them feel better than him boil teeth, give me.
Oh, Lord. Listen, man, any man boil teeth for a woman when she feel bad and sit down and is a good man that. Remember me tell you.
Sure. Him boil me teeth, give me yesterday.
Then tell me something, you know. Who you lean to? The little boy or the... Which one of the man them you lean to?
This is breaking news from Nationwide Radio.
Good afternoon. You're listening to Nationwide 90 FM, approaching 19 minutes, going up to 3 o'clock on the afternoon of today, Tuesday, February 22, 2011. Well, fans have been asking what is the verdict in the Buju Banton retrial in the U.S. state of Florida. Well, the news is not good. Reggae star Buju Banton was found guilty on 3 charges by a 12-member panel of jurors a short while ago. The artist was found guilty of conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute 5 or more kilograms of cocaine, attempted possession with the intent to distribute cocaine, and using the wires to facilitate a drug trafficking offense. He was found not guilty of possession of a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking offense. So the only charge that Buju Banton managed to beat this time was the gun charge, but found guilty on 3 charges by the jury, a jury of his peers, 12-member jury, a short while ago. So we wait to hear what the sentence will be. But the news is not good for reggae fans around the world and supporters of Buju Banton. The artist has been found guilty on 3 of the 4 charges leveled against him in the U.S. state of Florida. We'll have more in Nationwide at 5.
I mix up and blend that time.
I'm wanting to call and talk up the thing them.
We go on. Yes, Carl.
Yes, Carl, let me tell you.
Yes, so who you gonna get you?
Huh?
Eh? So who you think you gonna get you? Who you think?
Who me gonna get you to?
Yeah.
Me know say me wrong, you know. Me know say for earth unto ever me wrong. Me I tell you the people and we are listen. But some we agree with me. I mean, I the youth me agree.
You're going to give the picnic to the youth?
Yes, sir. Me not tell no lie. I mean, knowing myself, I mean tell him to. Me say it's not you, he say it's him. But me tell him, me not like him, not tell him, no, me tell him.
And so what is the main reason why you're going to give the youth? Why you're going to give him and not give the real father?
Because him treat me better. And he no want me go back to that person there. In which I don't tell the real father, I know. I don't tell him anything. So I don't know nothing.
But is that the reason for you to give a man a jacket because a man treats you better?
Me know you don't go see so, you know.
No, me ask you. You think that is a good reason for give a man a jacket because a man treats you better?
No, I don't. No. That's why. Me call you. Me, why don't mix up figure? Me tell you, me mix up first.
Right. We're going to get to that mix-up. But me ask you. So you're saying that is not a good reason for give somebody a jacket, but you say, but assuming there is a good reason for give somebody a jacket. But you say you're going to give the youth. You say you're going to give the youth that one.
Now going to give me for do it, you know. I think I'm going to go through with it. As is a God, because I never do anything before. Now going to give me for do it. I tell me to go back, go to the right person and tell him say I him.
So if you go to the right person and tell him say I him,
the transaction like David thing with him.
All right, but when I say suppose you go back and tell the real baby father say he my baby father, what you think him about?
When him then I go say no, him find love me more than how God love little children.
Who?
He wanna go when me go see big sour girl with him.
Okay, so you say him go
ring down my phone. Him not stop ring down my phone.
Alright.
Him not stop ring down my phone.
Alright. My suggestion to you is to think about making him know. You know? Making the real father know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, Raga, you this a mix up here, this a one here. And my father, me will take me a name and talk to you kind of what I do. The man take up this girl. Me not call that woman a girl that. Me not live with me, me go in them more while. Take up this girl and yard. Live with the girl, you know. Anyway, the girl have one boy we come down for mostly for weekend time, what you say, I'm cousin. Me did force to come, me did believe say I'm cousin. Yeah, I know.
Right.
Me did believe say it's our cousin, because when she come up, when the youth come up in car, this big crocus bag of yam and coconut and banana, and they say, I'm a party tonight to come. I always want things outside when he come from country. Anytime he make himself handy in a man yard and sit up in man yard and clean up in man yard, so she tell the man that he's our cousin. He did a few much weeks, weeks, and when he gonna work, cousin their yard and they sit there. One man, him come and attack, I say, I frighten. And I've been thinking, you know, to myself, you know, me, I say, but she needs on a resemblance and to all me so, he look on her more while, when time, my father stepped in at the place. Oh, he look on her more while, I say, you know, like there with somebody we had interview with the person, you know, they look there.
Right.
Anyway, you know, he claimed to say one morning, he must have left in wallet. You mix up now, because she say, her cousin, you know. Our cousin come down from country, you know. He left him wallet. So when he go away, he say, left him while out door, I sweep up the place and she now sweep a tidy because he left him wallet. He say, he clear out about stuff and feel free time see he must come and he feel pocket, no wallet. Anyway, walk go back down a yard. Go in a house. When he go in a door, when he go there, boy not out a door. He say, figure wallet, say, boy must be gone up on the car. Gone up to come more while he go on the road and each put the rest of why them out there by weed. Anyway. He said, push the door and go in. He said, you want to look soul in the house. So, you know it. Yeah, hear me?
Yes, man, I hear you, man. Mix up and get sweet.
He said, you want to look soul in the house. Anyway, he said, take time, go in, take up your wallet off our couch and then go on. He said, when he go on there, he said, he see the boy set the girl in a one position there. He said that's the position they wet him ever gear for start out she ever ball that she no want tea hot. And that said position that she go see boy set him in their party mode.
Well on there. Tambourine! Set good like ice in a freezer.
A freezer. When
what you say?
A man say when he must sit kind of that the position she ever ball.
Say she can't manage it. Say she can't manage a position there.
And he, like God make him left him wallet. He say when he go there, the same position where he get a ball for item while I even and the girl name not say.
Aye, that's supposed to really burn him.
But it's a man like this, it's a peaceful man. You know what he's saying though? He said, none of them not see me now. You know, matter yeah, what there, yeah. He said, none of them not see me now. He said, took up the wallet and he go straight to walk.
Hold on. When him I tell you he full of water in my ball.
Yeah, I feeling. He saying take up the wallet and he never make no sound, he never make them no saying come in my house. I hardly left it on the couch and he really go sound and he take him go on and he say, has him go other me and then he see, they not see him.
Then hold on, him see them a sort out and then what him do?
He say take up the wallet and go straight to work in no peak. What me say no do? And he said when he called...
Hold on. What you mean? After, but him did done prips do and she said him a bar another position there.
Everything, you know, you mean to say he see everything.
And him say the and the position when the boy a bar in him say all the while when him want put her another position she ball and say she can't manage it.
She a ball,
but she in a position with the boy. You know what? At the favorite position for the boy, you know. I do she never want to do it with him, you know.
Yes, true. He saying go work. And he saying work and he saying nothing no my friend them nothing. Kaya man they have a motive and I said that the girl they have walk out me and tell her yeah that man. Kaya man they say friend they tell him to you know. So no trust him you know look like no cousin. But true he love the girl and believe the girl and believe in the girl you know. Doesn't mean a two star female no. Anyway in home he say when he left for work even he saying go home and he go drink 2 shots of rum down the bar. And he said, come down back. He said, if boy never hire, he say, make sure if he come, he say, no lock the door. Because he want him to come in the come barge in. So he say him going to go see her, tie up head with some see, we are calling the leaf, sitting under the leaf when the head after you tie around your head. Tie around your head.
Yeah.
I want some alcohol like she was a bird, and he say, he turned to her and he say, I want you. From morning you lift, from morning you lift me. Me head that kill me, from morning you lift me. Like she that say cousin named Joe. Joe alone, I do everything for me from morning you lift me. Joe while he give me. Right and now, after I ask me the from morning, if you don't believe me, when Joe come ask him, me not get up from morning, I come and I can go and dead. He say no peak. He say no peak, you know, man. He say no take him out of bed. And he must say, I want to man, we not depend, she depend. Me not depend that right now, man. I want him to say me sick. He say no, say nothing. Start tear off clothes, you know, man.
Yeah.
Yeah? Lock on for me. Sorry about that. He say no peak, you know, man. Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, man. So when she did that bad, she sick him just a tear off her clothes to start out.
And his head position, he say, when you go see wine, I wish he ever ball. He say, I head position, he fling him in a. He say, I said position, he fling him in a ragga.
Fling her, say fling her, yeah.
Put her in.
Yeah.
And she said, Lord, listen, me not like that one here. Well, I get rest of all me sick. He say, no peak. In those position, the man is saying, fix me. And he say, when he's done, he does put on him and he saying, fling out fear sitting them, and fit him sitting them. One piece of fling out with clothes, everything out the door. And she depart, how we are going so far? How far me not do you nothing? Me not do you nothing. Why you show me sitting there for? And I show sitting them, and I really name that, you know. And I show sitting them, just use a name as an example. Hello?
Yeah, man. May I listen, man?
Why you have that? Why you sitting up me sitting there, and I can't pour Joe and be not there. Joe sitting them. One dog coat come down. I wonder whether she was the sickness. She put them in back. So I'm saying just grab him in her ear and whisper in her ears and tell him what make him a fling him out.
Tell her. Say tell her. Tell her,
in her ear and tell her why him a fling her out. He said, if she could have seen, she think, because she couldn't see a lie.
No, because him probably had tell her the position where she did it now.
Yes, can say tell her everything when it comes to kind of left you what the fashion and no say left you wallet, you know. Because anyhow she didn't know she left you in wallet. She would approach him out of the road with him.
Okay, and she wanna start do nothing with the boy. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. So when he say we span her ears and tell him when he come to the country, when he left you wallet,
tell her.
Sorry about that, I just have a habit.
Yeah.
Tell her
Yeah.
if she could have seen, she said, the boy no income. I be excitement to create for the woman all the while. Be excitement to create for the woman all the while. Ragan, he say he never do nothing more than go in the bathroom for where you plunge. And he say, and he's about something. You know them look up where you plunge in the bathroom. And he say never do a thing wine just hold and give him one only classy mode. When you look for him out, a be a yaki sitting there for him out.
A be a yaki something there for him out.
You know what I mean?
Yes. In clarity with the plunge across him out.
Yes, and a where you know what I mean, the funny mode. Tell him, say, come out, he say, them boy come hold up on him. Because killing go for kill him in, they can't take out him, never like him want cut in short.
Okay. But anyway, blessings here.
Yeah, man, good.
All right, and thank you for them two good mix up. They're good. Why people just like you, I'm sure just like you. I fight it there, you know. John, I wonder why you didn't know it was a probability and thing, but it kind of I hope for good news for the Gargamel and thing. I wonder just Rock me for a loop. I notice some of them start up the arms house already, you know, but today are the 22nd or the 2nd, Pier 2. 2:22 after 2. After 2, the time after 2, 1, 2, 22, 2011. People, keep your head up. Right? Remember now, he can appeal. He can appeal. All right? The fight on him and in terms of funds, it was sticky on him because word is money, you know, the money for pay for everything so far, it kind of sticky and thing. Big up the mall of them who jump in and put in money and the other people who jump in and put in money and things. So I'm have to find the money right now. For appeal. But we still can't stand up and thing. If Buju make mistake, we are say we hope him learn from his mistake. And we believe that he would learn from his mistake if he make a mistake. I'm going to have to phrase it that way for certain purposes. So work with my people. So, and if he never make a mistake, then, you know we have to phrase it certain way. You know what I think, but everybody deserve a chance, yeah, man. So I'm not lie, I one of them did one. The Gaga made to beat the case, you know. I learn from it and come on and become a better man in any which way he deems fit to do so. Why when me hear the news, I tell you, say, you know, when you just have a light feeling, like, you know, a heavy, it sounds contradictory, but it's like a heavy feeling, but it's like your head just light. You know, and I'm saying you sit up and your head raised, you know that feeling. John was there. But people, keep your head up. Stay strong. The fight not done. He can appeal. And people are say, I hear the judge say something about it doesn't have to be completely beyond a shadow of a doubt or something like so or whatever and all them things. So my suspicion is there's room for appeal. You understand? So we could see what come out of it. Huh? There's more to come. All right? Just that the fight kind of extend right now. Buju Banton found guilty of 3 out of 4 charges. A conspiracy charge of people is a very serious one. We can't tell them that. Well, I will break right now. I'm going to blaze the news soon.
Good afternoon with your headlines at 3. I'm Patrice Gilpin. Grammy-winning reggae superstar Buju Banton has been found guilty on 3 of the 4 charges he was facing and is now awaiting sentencing. The 12-member jury that has decided his fate found him guilty of conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute cocaine, attempting to possess cocaine, and aiding and abetting others in using a communication facility in the commission of a felony. Buju was found not guilty of knowingly and intentionally possessing a firearm in furtherance of and during the course of a drug trafficking crime.
A Mixup and Blenda time!
I'm want to call and talk up the things them.
Mixup and Blenda family. You don't know we love no call them, no. But no bother get we in no trouble. No bad word. No mention nobody name or where them come from. No say nothing we can identify them. Remember, we love the program, you know, and we want to keep it on the radio. So please, me I beg you to keep it clean. Hey, I laugh, learn, and grow, say, no. Hey, Raga, run the thing.
Howell's Medical Complex.
Line up not an easy road, line up not an easy road, line up not an easy road. The people, why? It's like you hear the news and you go through, don't.
But you're not in a really, you know, so keen like.
No, man, and then it's like the vibes are overwhelming. I just need to take a look because you can put on a song there. And why I tell you, say, it's like that song there. Why you hear me laugh right now? I'm know, say, the same thing reach all over listen.
Yeah, man.
Leak up. You see, as you put on the song and the feeling take me over, me just know say everybody when I family right here listen. Most of the people, the song just connect in a way where the feeling just work. I know what me I feel, I know I feel it too. And it's like me I connect with them. And I just know say everybody who are listening and hear that song the way you just go put on right. So, Psalm 23, Buju and Grams. May I tell you, man.
You say not an easy road, you know?
No, it's a appeal. No, somebody did a post about them revoke appeal. People not for careful what I'm saying at them time. You cannot revoke an appeal. You have to you can't. His bail is revoked.
So
once you're found guilty, it's like a bail up because you're found guilty, so you have to go back in a prison until something else works out. So, for no countryman, Buju Banton, our native son, and think when I make mistake, and think even if you're a Christian, I know you're not nothing with Rasta, time for solidarity. Other country do it, we for do it too. You understand? Even if you know, say, even if you convince a mistake, Buju make, still stand up strong for him right now. You see it?
Trust me.
That we say. All right? And, yes, so I tell you, say, it's like me I hold it and I go to because I tell you say the woman mix up shot, man.
Yeah.
But I listen.
Think of the me one, Yeah, man. It's like it rap, man. The mix up,
I tell you say the woman mix up shot, but me I hold it and I go to him. Hold it and thing and I listen because sometimes you hear like my last shot talk to me about some shell down part of my last little bit and thing. And then I break, it's like the emotion just come and, me understand my body, me understand my mind, me understand myself. So I start let it out. So I just play a song and make me go on. And then you go bring on a song the why I tell you say we have a feeling just come up in our bodies.
That's how powerful music is, you know what I mean? Especially like this time,
And irony is a theme music.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Even the not an easy road that we ask for Friday when we line up here, boy, I tell you, when we hear the song.
Yo. Kick off the not and easy. People we have a turn up strong, right? Balling for the one ball, nothing wrong with balling, let out an emotion, I remember that day, but do remember say they appeal there. That's the world said. Struggle and fight for Guana. And sometimes we have to learn from one mistake, and think. But remember, fear with a friend are one thing.
For real.
You can't understand people who are really a friend and who dead for you if them dead in your weak moment. Buju need us now. Buju needs us now. You understand? So, all in solidarity for the Gargamel and thing. Go and communicate and let through the emotion. All right, Nico, you're the plan right now. We're going to hold a little break. And so we'll come back. We want your destiny and then we want your murderer. And then we'll go to the phone line. And right now, people, if you don't want to send a mix-up, send a mix-up. If you don't want to vent and engage in some catharsis, that's a bossy term for letting it out. Feel free for calling and do so and thing. All right, we're going to free up the call, free up the show for making a call in and expressing yourself and use the show for that medium of expression for anyone I don't know who wants to say something upon the budget thing or whatever. We'll have break, we'll come back, we want your destiny. And then we want your murderer. Then we'll go to the phone line and make the people them talk about things. I will have people soon forward.
I mix up and blend that time.
I'm wanting to call and talk up the them.
Mix up and blender family. You don't know we love no call them, But nobody get we in no trouble. No bad word. No mention nobody name or where them come from. No say nothing we can identify them. Remember, we love the program, and we want to keep it on the radio. So please, me I beg you to keep it clean. Hey, I laugh, learn, and grow, say Hey, Raga, run the thing.
Hey, come on, man, forward.
Blessed.
Well, that's how the thing said, people. A couple things I want to know. Well, one thing I want to know. I tell on the street, particularly as someone who they are foreign, you don't know now about the things certain way. I want to learn from this, you see. Now, if I go even on a whole heap of details and things, just want, nobody make this just pass out and get passionate and emotional There's some things right now. I want to post a thing, I want to post a thing. I say, no, say that my day free right now. See them catch a TI with one arms house a gun from yesterday till eternity, and TI do a year. And people want to understand, it's like Buju sentence this joke thing. Yeah. If I'm not mistaken,
yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think some of them things, like the judge, there's some kind of sentence when there's a minimum. Like the judge can't go below that minimum.
Okay.
You understand? It's like if them say a minimum of 20 years or a minimum of 10 years. The judge they have a range between 10 to 20. The judge can say 12, you well do the 10 or do 20, but the judge can't go below the minimum.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's one of them things that people have always been confused about with respect to the judiciary, where a drug offense, is viewed way more serious than if them catch you with a bag of assault rifle and big gun and that.
Yeah. That's what it said.
Yeah. And then you say, hey, I want me to tell the people be careful. One of you understand. Nico, enough people don't understand with this conspiracy thing. You see, if you're looking at today paper, you see the private sector organization of Jamaica is asking us to use a law what the United States use called a RICO law, racketeering and something influence and corruption offense, something like that. And the law, while it is good for crime fighting and things, there's some elements that we need to be careful of as a nation. And what we need to be careful of as people, because it's the conspiracy law, them Nico, and the all right, let me show you. A woman there with a man. True story, woman there with a man.
Yeah.
And straight out the man juggling. Him sell drugs and rate. And end up in New York there. And then I'm rolling upon the brother. And I'm watch him long. But it's like them call the brother yard and the woman answer. And it's somebody who did that work undercover. So it's like the brother would have said, like, I said, when Nico there? And she go say, like should I say, I'm down at Duke Street. And the man said, which part at Duke Street? He said, down at Duke Street, man, when I always hang out with him friend them, man. Down at Duke Street, man. Him down there every Thursday and thing. It's a female hang out spot that time, whatever. And him always down at Duke Street, man, and rare. And she go say, I think, whatever. So them lock up she?
For saying that they done the same hang out?
She is a part of the conspiracy. She know him whereabouts and all them things there. And years she get to, No, because I say, sometimes people don't know them. There's certain laws in the United States, the racketeering laws, the conspiracy laws, and the 3 strikes on your outlaw. Yeah. Yeah, the 3 strike on your outlaw. People don't know, And things. So, I am suggesting to the private sector organization that when they're admonishing, or they are, well, probably that's not the right word to choose, but when they're asking the legislature to adopt the RICO laws from the United States of America, I am here publicly saying to Parliament and legislators out there in Jamaica, examine the law and do remember you can adopt the law, but you also can make amendments to the law because there are some elements of that law and there's some elements of that statute that, in my opinion, I'm not really fear to some people who not really know what's going on. You understand what I'm saying? Right? So, because I say people want to learn from this, Learn from this and about make no mistake. Anyway, we have a caller route to say. We have somebody here. We need a caller from her. Hello?
Hello, Mr. Ragashanti. How you doing?
Yeah, man. How is this?
Well, I'm calling from Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. This is the Duke of Earl. How you doing?
All right. Duke of Earl. Why would they have all our strength and I give thanks,
Boy, I know you guys must be going through a phase with the conviction of Mr. Banton.
Yes.
And I know the mood over here is similar. You know, I can tell you that already people have been my telephone has been ringing off the hook. People want to know what is happening. And as I said before, it's a sad day. At the same time, I've been listening to you, warning our young people. It is a lesson for us to learn. Because we never can tell, you know, because people at times tell you things or say things to you, and you never can tell who's the person you're talking to.
That's true.
Yeah, and among us here in our little community where we live at, there are several people that have been, you call them all different type of names that you don't know. They take tales. I don't know why sometimes people call them all different type of names, snitch and things like that. We have been going through that for many years. And I think this is a perfect lesson for our brothers and sisters who might not have traveled before or come to this country. You have to just live within your premise and do what you have to do. It's a sad day that one of our artists that we think that was going in the right direction, you know, it's sad. It's sad. Let me tell you, it's sad. It's sad because when this happens, others gonna fall the same way. And you know, our community really, really, really been hurt by this whole situation. And I think Jamaica is feeling the same way like we here. We only hope that the healing process will begin. You know,
just have to support you through that bit. But we just want to say big respect to our Jamaicans up there in Miami and thing, and just tell us that we're in solidarity.
That our radio station, is already so many calls coming in, many calls coming in. People want to find out what is happening, you know. So we just wish you all the best, my brother, and we have to just pray for the best. I hope that's when this sentencing process comes up. There will be some leniency in the entire process. We hope that because that's the only phrase we can think about now. The phase of sentencing. I hope that the judge will use his discretion. Thank you very much.
All right, Duke of Earl there with a Waves Radio, Miami and thing. Proper respect, my king, and we hold it strong together and swear we can.
Hold it down, my brother, and continue to spread the good information to your people. You have to tell them what is happening. And I heard it this morning, so you're going through a process where people is listening to your program and the commission trying to shut you down. But the truth must be told. You have to express it, you know. Truth must be told.
Manix Kanaru. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, greetings.
Greetings, Ragashanti. Am I on?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Well, Raga, Bujo's thing, you know, I just want you to know that I'm a past drug dealer. And I know, I just feel Bujo is not guilty. But as a drug dealer, you know, I stopped for 11 years now due to some encounter. And Raga, if I stop, it's peer separation. You understand? I'm tempted to go back to it. I am tempted. But it's because we know that there's a God. So no matter what Bujo go to Bujo right now, we just want everybody to know, say, just hold it with him. Be there for him. I was a kind person when I used to push jokes. I help everybody. And nobody look out for me. Right now I can't pay my rent. I have to eat up in one of my friends' son room. You understand me?
Right.
So I just want people to know, say, it might get time, but God is God. God is God, and they must just be there for him. Just be there. You understand me? Can sell Jamaica good. You understand? Right now, I'm a Christian Raga. 11 years now. I don't go to church. I stop push drugs 11 years. Stay celibate for 11 years. I don't look on the drugs. I'm just do what God say. And I know that there is a door at the end of the road. There is a way out. And I don't care what people say. People say, right now, I suffer because I don't go to church. Church can't help me because, Raga, let me tell you something. The best people out the road are pierced in a church. You understand? So right now, they can't help. So, Raga, I just want to big you up on the work that you're doing. I am a listener of yours, and this is the first. I feel like right now I'm nervous. Everybody knows me as a drug dealer. I'm happy. But guess what? At the end of the day, right now, you know, me free out the streets. But it's like in prison. Raga will be in prison, and let me tell you something. Raga will come, Buju will come out better than he is today. Because at the end of my road, I know I will come out better.
All right. Thank you for your feedback. You heard them go and read the news now.
Yeah,
but you know, sir, we really appreciate them sharing that thing.
I love it to my heart. Keep it
blessings,
up.
Blessings. Here, manners and respect. 11 years now, you let go the thing and I hold it strong same way. People are going to break right now, news time.
An Blenda time. I'm want to call and talk up the things them.
We'll come back up in nice sitting and thing, and we're going to go and take some call, and Nico go and line up some more gargamel for close off the show and the latest. We know it's a Gospel Tuesday, but we know some understand also and thing. We now rap God time and something for because we say God 24/7 and thing. But Nico go and line up a nice little set there for the gargamel for close off the show with a nice little vibes because the people are feeling thing there. But in the meantime, it's all about the phone line right now and thing, and again, we're saying we're opening up the phone line. If you have some opinions or matters or some reflections or some cathartic moment that you want to unleash right just upon the show right now, feel free to do so. A phone show. Or if you don't want to still get mixed up and I could go and hold a laugh, see where everything is everything. And, you know, I could just see how I roll out and take. Here we go to the phone lines. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. My turn? Hello?
Yeah, man. Your turn. Yeah.
You're very low, Raga. Very, very low.
Okay, I hope the engineers heard you and they will take care of that. Now. So wait.
Anyway,
what you saying?
My heart hurt me.
Oh, Lord.
My heart hurt me, Raga. For Buju. My heart. I do not believe that Buju is guilty, but they have found him guilty. But I know there's a God above, right? And he will see him through. I like the idea of that they're putting forth to do something, some benefit, something. So anytime it's on, I'll try to be there. And once there's an account, maybe you could set up a bank account or something. People can go in and lodge the money or something like that. Because not everybody is going to want to go to a dance or so, you know?
Right.
And I want to make an observation. I notice where Jamaican men are concerned.
Right.
They are very friendly people. Jamaicans on the whole are friendly people, but more so men. A man will walk into a room of strangers, and before you know it, they're talking and laughing and so on. Sometimes it takes a woman much, much longer to get acquainted also. One of my philosophies in life is don't talk to strangers. That's my philosophy, Raga. I don't talk to strangers, don't talk to people you don't know. And I just feel that Buju was entrapped. And because he's such a friendly and nice person, one thing leads to another, you talk and so on. I think it's a big case of entrapment. Right? And this is why my heart is full, my heart hurting, let me tell you.
Can I share something with you? Can I share something with you?
Sure.
What it is doing on? It's for people who are considered celebrities and who are in entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tricky situation for those people. And let me tell you why. It's like at times we have to be careful and suspicious. All right, it's like I would imagine that Buju is in the situation where he has to be careful. He may not long enough to know so he must be careful about who him approach. But at the same time, you see, if somebody approach you and you're too quiet or as talkative or friendly, they might go walk and say, boy, what an awful person he. Look how me did like him music, I like her music. And now me I talk to her and she go on like she don't want to talk to me. So, for artists and entertainer, it's a constant balancing act that just draws so much of you. At one point, you want to be careful of the stranger them. But at the same time, you know that stranger might well be a fan who just want you to be friendly and nice to them, I think. So it's a, it's a very tricky and difficult thing.
I agree with the Raga, but here what happened now. Here my point. When the conversation turns in a certain direction, there is where you part company.
Right.
When the conversation turns to something, you just change the subject. Let me tell you, sir, I am an expert at changing subject. You and I will be talking about something on the telephone, or my sister called me and she's saying so and so, right? And if he's saying something that I don't want to hear, the way how I switch so quick. She said, but wait, but that's not what we were talking about. I said,
okay. I see what you're saying. I agree. I totally agree. Right? I totally agree.
We're talking about mango, and then all of a sudden, because you were talking about the mango and whatever, and I don't want to talk about...
No, hold on.
I start talking about my dog or something. You said, but we weren't talking about the dog. What, the dog eat the mango? And I said, no.
All right, hold on. Make I tell you something where I go and tell all Jamaicans abroad to be very, very careful of. One of the commonest things, one of the commonest approaches people make to us abroad, them come, oh, you from Jamaica, home of the good ganja, don't you have good ganja? And the way they approach you, your instinct is to be friendly with them and getting a discussion about good ganja. I don't do that with people anymore, you know. When them come up to me and I talk about Jamaica, good ganja, man, good ganja. You see what you say about change the subject? Immediately I tell myself, but you know that we have way more than ganja down there. But me not going down that path with them.
But Raga, I am not even going to tell them, say we have more than ganja. I'll say, what was the temperature yesterday? Can you tell me, did it snow in Canada last week or whatever?
Exactly.
I'm not even going to use the word that they use. You understand? I'm not even going to use that word. So right away they get the message that I am not willing to even talk to you about grass or cane or something else that goes in Jamaica.
Then them have a style now, them bring up Bob Marley, and as them bring up Bob Marley, it gone right back to ganja, you know.
That's right.
We just start telling them about a thing. No, we start telling about Rastafari, and we tell them about Bob, Bob sang them, and thing, and we just kind of want them not give me, them not carry me. One time gone with me in a college up here, me used to love preaching them, but not lying. As soon as them bring up ganja, me gone, like me a Gladys and Frank the Friday, I talk to them about ganja. Not people, Jamaicans abroad, when people are come up to you and talk to you about ganja in a friendly, kind of celebratory way and a big up Jamaica, and your instinct that if you be nice with them pretty smile. Not do it with them, not do it.
You have to be so careful. You cannot be too careful, right? But now we have this example, right, that will keep us on the straight and narrow, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of people are saying, Lord, I'm guilty and this and pass all sorts of remarks and all of that, right? A man is guilty until proven innocent, but although they have found him guilty, I don't think he's guilty. And you know something, Raga? I noticed that the panel, the jury, after showing photograph of the cocaine and photograph of the gun, the people I'm asking to see the real something. What that's all? Them asking to see, they wanted to see the package of the thing itself. They don't want the photograph. Them asked for the package. Did you hear about it?
Yeah, well, I'm not privy to all those details.
No, it was on the news every night, man.
Right,
on the news up to last night and Saturday night and whichever night. That the jurors asked to see the bag of cocaine and them asked to see the gun.
Right.
Although they were sure, because what they do when they have the things in evidence, they only show the photograph of the something. But having retired to consider the something, they asked to see the bag of cocaine and they asked to see the gun.
Listen, we have some other people that want to jump in and talk on the matter and things. But thank you so much. But we take your advice and people must listen. But I make no stranger come run in and drown me.
Strangers talk to them and them talking about something that they don't want to talk about. Change the subject or don't even answer them. Sometimes people talk to me and say, Miss, and it's not me didn't talk to me, gone. Right?
Wonderful. Thank you, here.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much.
All right.
Yes. I really think the lady attack, man, I'm not tell you, Jamaicans abroad, you know, say them always love draw we Jamaicans. Either them bring up the ganja straight, or them bring up Bob Marley and the ganja, and so forth, you know, and things. So, I want to be careful. Here we go. Good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ragashanti.
Manners and respect.
Yeah, man, respect, man. Let me not tell you some man up in England where I call you from, you know.
See the papa.
Yeah. We heart a hot we over Buju, we heart a hurt we. Because a country we come from, a Jamaica, me there up in England, yeah, me have my little restaurant, Raga, me I tell you, same thing them we talk about, them want to approach about Bob Marley, like we are some idiot. But it's when them come tell me about Bob Marley and we tell them about jam and banana and dumpling, cause restaurant me have. A food
Don't make them draw. Don't make them draw you in a prick because you don't know who is who.
Let me not tell you, Raga, because we are not fooling at this, you know, Raga. We're not fooling at this. A food we are telling you. When you come in my shop, you're supposed to talk to me about food. You're not supposed to talk to me about Bob Marley. And every time them come and talk about Bob Marley, I say, no, Bob Marley alone sing. I want to know, a holy party.
No. Me not mind when them talk. Me not mind when them talk about Bob Marley. You know, what me not like is, it's like, they must start talking about Bob Marley, but little after he gone over to ganja.
Yeah, man, that real thing.
And it's like, it's like the Bob Marley thing for make you drop your defenses and you get comfortable. And before you know it, you start talking about ganja and all them things there.
Them me not tell you, man. Them me not tell you, brother, man. Because me I tell you, so me have a little restaurant. I used to start my restaurant there. I don't in the south of England, me there. Don't in the south, more white people around me. So anytime them come in, you see through them silver black sometimes, them see say you're not intelligent enough. So them tell it, them start coming with certain little things where them know say, them things they for fall you. You understand me, I deal with, but me say, anytime them come in my shop and them talk to me about them things there, me just make them know say, yam and banana and dumpling, me say. You understand me?
It goes so, Papa, it goes so.
So to England with there, and a straight Ragashanti we listen every day. What me say? Every day we listen Ragashanti.
Manners and respect.
Day we want to free Buju. What me say?
Manners and respect.
Oh, you mean, Raga? Me still a listen your show.
All right. Bounce our next caller for me. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Raga, what?
I'm there all our strength, you know, the day kind of set away, but...
Me tell you, man, my heart hurt me, Raga. Me pressure real same time me here, Buju Bird coming, you know. Right? Me cry, me can't help it but cry. You understand me? Because I look at the boy and them find Buju guilty when him not guilty. You understand? Because America is so wicked. Right? Them is so wicked, man. America, if them know, if Buju win them, you know, him go and sue them. So make sure that find him guilty.
Here we go. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon, Raga.
Greetings.
How is everything?
Why me there I give thanks, you know?
We feel it for Buju still. I'm a friend from down at the ghetto, but we'll all have prayers for him.
Right.
And I have a little teeny mix up to give you. Big up the
all
boy.
Right, me quick. Yeah.
Where use flower paste to paste up him sneakers.
We use flower paste for
paste up
him sneakers. You know
flower paste. But me know say people you make little gravy and a cornstarch. And you make a for the little gravy.
Yeah.
But then I see the boy with the sneakers and I make the flower paste. So how do we that, my youth? My youth, sir, we go fix my shoes. So if you fix your shoes with flower paste, my youth, try to go buy a crazy glue and fix the sneakers. Nike sneakers, you know, brown boy, you know.
Hot boy.
Good looking, you see with that one, see by you know, woman. Flower paste, Raga.
Well, that's how it said. If I go back to basics, you know, them days there, you know.
Yeah, some auntie say if you not use a flower paste, you're going to drink it.
All right, blessings.
So, respect and give thanks, and everybody will pray for Buju, okay?
All right.
Cool.
All right, here we go to the phone lines. Good afternoon. Hello.
Yeah, Raga, thanks for pulling St. Elizabeth on board, you know.
All right.
Boy, may I tell you, say, it's a bit appeal for all the Buju Banton fans to swallow this afternoon, you know.
Seeing.
Boy, I really feel it for him, trust me.
Go, sir.
Boy, may I tell you, when I reflect back on the, you know, the quality and the consciousness in the message of the man's songs, you know, over the years, especially since him started Rastafari part, you know.
Yeah.
Some songs are really uplift for one when you're feeling down, when you're going through some rough times, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like some of the so-called singer artists, them, you know, put out some trash more time. That's what I say.
Yeah.
You know, see it. Really is a tough one, my brother.
Right.
I mean, one thing, you know, as I said, you know, reflecting on the whole events, you know, in brief, you know, when you realize that the judge did not throw out these additional charges that they brought on in this retrial, you know, it had me, as much as I was optimistic, you know, initially, it had me sort of expecting the worst but hoping for the best.
Right,
you know, and when you consider the amount of money with them really and the effort with them put out to hold this man, and considering that he's not a member or leader of some drug cartel, you know, it amazed me. You know, see it.
Sir.
Yes.
If you know the details, it wouldn't amaze it. But let's just say that there's way more to it than what we see on the surface.
Yes, it have me pondering on some, shall I say, conspiracy theories.
And listen, there's way more to it than people know.
Okay.
Right? That's a one. I mean, I open my mouth on certain things, but I can't tell you that there's way more to it than people know. With respect to who. Hold on. With respect to who want him. But on the other side, too.
Yes.
I must tell people.
Yes.
While there's way more to it than is being presently shown, or has been shown thus far.
Yes.
Buju makes some mistake too.
No doubt about that.
And I want people to not just go down this path and say, like Buju never make any mistake.
Yes.
People, Buju make some mistake too. I mean, I'm getting on the details.
Personal responsibility.
Right? Yeah. Right? And you know, like the lady who call and I say, yo, the man a friend you in the plane and all him something there, you did that, talk up to the man. So Buju make some mistake too, and thing, and I'm sure Buju, you know, part of not getting yourself in trouble again, is to acknowledge your mistakes and don't repeat them.
True, for real.
What time people tell me that all the while?
Yeah, man.
Don't repeat your mistake, and then people will look back the mistake where other people make, and then we will say, you know what, me not gonna make them mistake there because that person that make that mistake there, and see what reach them. So let me make sure me not make that mistake.
Oh, until it's more
that is very much important.
Yeah, man, no doubt about it, and it's critical that you mention that, you know, and if more people would take those things into consideration, a lot of problems and things that go on in the land when really occur, you know.
All right, now say a word.
Yeah, man, St. Elizabeth to the world. I can't better represent from St. Elizabeth, you know.
Man, as I respect, it goes a big up all St. Linky, man.
Straight, more time.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Good afternoon. Hello.
Raga?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm so sad after the news with Buju Banton, but is it a fact that maybe some of those jurors may be like gays, why the decision is so overwhelmed?
No. As far as I know, there are rumors. Okay. Is it the case that a percentage of the population is gay? Yes, it is.
No. The jury in Buju case itself.
No. What I'm saying to you, listen to me. What I'm saying is there are gay people all over. So when the jury is chosen, there may or may not be gay people on the jury. But it certainly wasn't a case where, they formally and openly picked gay people for the jury.
But
that's unacceptable.
But usually, the defense attorney is supposed to scrutinize them, find out if they're for or against gays and how they think and so forth. But they are so
you have a
determined to bring down Buju Banton. They'll even pretend like they are not, when they are. That's how I'm viewing it. I don't know if it's because I'm so upset why I'm thinking like this.
Well, that happened in jury pools all over the world. Like somebody may want to go on to do something and they know that they must suppress or hide a certain thing that would disqualify them from being accepted. So that is nothing exclusive to the Buju case. It happens all over the world. Is there a possibility that there are gay people who hated Buju and think and know and wanted to get on the job? Of course, that's a possibility. Just like, you have all kinds of possibilities in case law. What happened is that in the jury selection process, both the prosecutor and the defense, the defense, they need to ask the right questions and observe carefully.
No, I know that.
And,
I know that. But my point
Right,
is, they're so eager to see him behind bars that they will even pretend like they are,
To be
Like
frank
they're
with you,
not guilty.
anything is possible. But just so you know, there wasn't any formal, open, brazen thing to get gay people on this.
Because even those
to
two black
convict
jurors, honestly speaking, 3 black jurors, I never, goodness gracious, Jesus Christ. But as soon as you start...
No, but darling, remember that black people are just as diverse as other places.
Yeah, I know, but we tend to sympathize with our own.
Well, in general, people from a group will sympathize with members of their group. But what I'm saying is, remember that you have conservative blacks, democratic blacks, Rasta blacks, Christian blacks, and yes, even those black people. And the gay thing, there are Christians who have a problem with Rasta. Right? A Christian may say Buju Panit and have a
that
problem.
verdict at 225, I am so depressed, I tell you.
Right.
Raga, one thing,
All right.
now, you're very rounded because you have a good part, bad part, and you're soft, you're calm, you're everything because this verdict can touch you, though.
Yeah, and
I
I
like
never,
your
I
commitment,
never.
and you're a genuine person, and I think based on that, that's what keeps you alive, You're real, You're not an artificial person.
Well, thank you, and I do know that, and that is my saving grace. At the end of the day, I can only be who I am, and that's
a strong
is
point
what
too.
I know
That's
best.
a strong point.
Yeah, right. And that is what I know best. How to be me. I can't really do other things well.
Anyway, have a
blessings,
good day and chant some good Mantan lyrics for us, all right?
All right, then. Yeah,
Take
Nico
care.
Bamba, I line them up, man. I think. Give a couple more calls before we make Nico play. Hello?
Raga,
Yeah.
Raga,
Yes.
may I
Yes.
tell you, my heart bleeds to see them the Buju. Although them a fight you, say you're one good boy, though.
I will try to look at something, Yeah.
Yeah, because trust me, America, I want to go in and them for boycott the America embassy out there. It needs to lift up and go home back.
All right, that might be a little bit.
Yeah?
We may not need to take it that far. We don't need to take it that far. What we need to do is see what we can do for Buju right now, yeah? Because remember, it's in that same American system, appeals have always, are very often turned over convictions. We need to constantly remind ourselves of that. There are many, many cases, convictions that have been turned over and thrown out in the appeal process. I guess we lost that caller. Again, people, just want to remind you. I would like to suggest that we avoid, blanket emotional negative comments about the United States of America. Again, I am humbly suggesting. I'm not telling you not to have your opinion, nor am I telling you, to compromise your beliefs. No, I'm not do that. I don't believe or no, I believe. I'm just saying, in the emotional state that we are right now, my suggestion is, we could see if we can avoid making blanket negative statements against the United States of America, and also, listen me very carefully. When I want to be at the program, certainly, you know what I understand. Don't. All right, but expressing yourself freely and thing, but watch your flavor, no? Here we go. Good afternoon. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, blessings. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, yeah.
Raga, I'm calling behalf of my father friend Buju.
Yes.
And in God willing, I know that Buju will make it throughout his case.
Okay. How old are you?
16.
You're 16. Okay. All right. And your father is a friend of Buju.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And you're saying that with God's support and God's strength, God's willing, Buju will be free.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I admire your confidence, and I hear the strength in your voice and thing, and that support, I'm sure, in some way will be transferred over to the Buju Banton team and will embolden them and strengthen them and inspire them to secure that freedom that you so strongly believe in, okay?
Yeah. And we want to pick up Buju and the Bambridge crew.
Buju and the which crew?
The Bambridge.
The Bambridge crew. All right, then. Blessings here.
Yes.
And you make sure so you do well in school and don't make any mistake where I'm going to get you in any problem with the law, here. All right. Okay. White people on the terribly. I thought boy said the verdict coming on the 2nd of the 2nd, 2:22 p.m. Beer 2. It was a 2:22. It was after 2, but it was a 2:22. Or just add them 2, they make the thing, whatever. Add them just because 2 means homosexual in our symbolic numerology that we have in Jamaica. Whether you call it cashpot or you call it from old time days, Japan. 2 mean homosexual. So now say it's the 2nd of the 2nd, 2:22. But people don't stretch out this thing up on them level. You see? Anyway, bless you. Here we go. We are next caller. Good afternoon. One more call. One more call. Good afternoon.
Yes, brother.
Yeah. Manners.
Manners, respect for where you're going with Buju. You see it?
Cool on me, King. Bless
Just there and I will go and hold the 5 team because this man when me hear the news, after me hear the news, me hear, come on, I have to say to my co-worker, Jano, you raga, different raga that, you know, because raga feel it, you know. You see it? After me hear you tell Nico Bambamo, you have to both have one cry and things, star.
Yeah, man. Ball. I never cry. I ball, my ball. I'm afraid to talk. I'm tell you, the tears that come out, you know. The tears that already come out. I'm not lie. But then I tell Nico play a song. I just tell him play a song for just keep up time and give me a little time for build back. You see me? And then the man go put on that tune there. I tell you, say, it mash up my meds.
My body full of cold, but man, I'm a co-worker, say, easy, Merrick, man. You see it?
When you hear the tune, don't it?
Yeah, man, I tell you, raga, man.
Then that me I tell you, see when I feel it, I know say crazy people I feel the same thing when I feel as Nico put on the tune. It's like I just feel a connection with everybody out there. And that coming in my mind. I say, John, that thing I overwhelming, but you know, say a whole heap of people I feel the same thing when
yeah, man, enough people feel the truth.
Right how I know.
We agree, say,
right how I know.
Mistake, you know.
Eh?
We agree, say, make mistake, and everybody have to learn from the mistake still, you know.
Exactly.
But right now, Buju Banton need Jamaica than ever now, right now. And we have to stand up and rally around him right now.
Exactly.
And what you're going with, Raga, we want 5 more men like you in the country. We're not forgetting we want 5 more Raga like you. 5 more persons like you, Raga. And we're good. You see?
Manners and respect.
Just go and do what you do and enough love for her. All right. Love it to the max.
All right. Big her up for me here.
Yeah, man. And big up yourself straight.
All right. Okay. 1 o'clock tomorrow, we please stop. What could do with it tomorrow? Speaky Spooky Wednesday tomorrow. Yeah. And think. Because it should be interesting to hear people that defend Buju Speaky Spooky.
For real.
All right. What could do with things here? All right, people. Take care of yourself. 1 o'clock tomorrow.